It's an ICC tournament. It's a 50-over tournament. You never ever write off New Zealand. They're always there. You look at the groups and you said, really, can New Zealand make the semis? And tournament after tournament, they do it. So let's try and see why they can by looking at the structure of their side. And first of all, celebrating with them two events that could be critical for New Zealand. Return to form of Devon Conway. He's far too good a player. He's been getting those 20s, 30s. Conway is in. He sets up the innings for you. But the even bigger news is the way Kane Williamson is batting. Wow. Kane Williamson bats the way he is. New Zealand is a completely different side. And he's successfully playing the kind of role England want from Joe Root. He doesn't have to give you 100 from 70 balls, though at recent times, a couple of times he has. But Williamson batting the way he is, ideally from number 3, I'm not sure number 4, ideally from number 3 for Williamson, then he's liberating everybody else. One key player for New Zealand for that to happen is actually Rachin Ravindra. Because Conway will play in his rhythm, Williamson will play in his rhythm. Then there's Mitchell who can play in 2 gears. There's Tom Latham who plays in a certain rhythm. They need someone to set the cat among the pigeons early on, even if it's a quick 35-40. And Rachin Ravindra is exactly that kind of player. So Conway and Ravindra is actually a very good opening combination. Then Williamson at 3. Then depending on whether you want a left-hander or right-hander, either Mitchell or Latham. I've got a lot of time for both those players. Neither has been delivering big scores recently, but they're perfectly capable of doing it. And I see Mitchell just slotting in very easily on those pitches to play a number 4 kind of role. What about number 5? Tom Latham's been a fabulous player for New Zealand, but his returns in recent times have just been a little middling. Over a career, he's still averaging in the 30s rather than the 40s, which he's capable of. At number 5, it's not easy, I admit, but he's capable of more. Just in case New Zealand worry about Tom Latham, he's no longer captain to remember. So in case they worry about it, they've got a very handy replacement in Mark Chapman around. He'll probably score at a much faster rate. He's brilliant in the field. Will give you a couple of overs if required. So Chapman is a ready-made replacement for Tom Latham should the need arise. And so there they are with their top 5. Not a top 5 that you shiver the previous night wondering what they'll do to you, but a top 5 that is very, very solid. And I think 6 and 7 are just perfect for New Zealand. As a lot of you know, a lot of you who've listened to me know, I have a lot of time for Glenn Phillips. If I was picking an IPL team, Glenn Phillips would be in my squad every single year. Look what he did the other day. He came in a difficult situation, played himself in a little bit. Last 40 balls, he scored 80 runs. I've seen Glenn Phillips play some astonishing shots. And at number 6, he doesn't always have to give you 80, 90, especially if the top half has played well. And I think the return of Michael Brace will augurs very well for New Zealand. Pretty similar to Phillips, that kind of player. He can play the big shots, play them comfortably too, can deliver overs of spin in between, especially as we've seen on Asian tracks. If it just starts to get a little tricky, the ball holds a little, there's 12 or 13 overs available there between Bracewell and Phillips. Then you come to number 8. I think Santner's playing some of the best cricket of his career. I don't know whether that fantastic performance in Test match cricket has a role to play, but Santner, good enough to bat at 8, good enough to give you 10 overs most days, brilliant in the field as usual, and now with the added responsibility of captain down at 8. It's a big issue for New Zealand. Three fast bowlers. In their prime, Bolt, Southey, Henry, fantastic. Now, Southey is no longer available. Bolt has retired. But what's the feeling with Lockie Ferguson? I'm told he's 50-50 for the first game. Lockie is bleed to bowling quick. Lockie is back to bowling the difficult overs for New Zealand. If he's not available for them, I think it's a huge loss. And that might just mean that New Zealand start to concede too many. They're quality bowlers, but short on experience. So my view of New Zealand is Lockie Ferguson completes the side. If Latham is in form, Latham, otherwise Chapman, but otherwise a very, very typical New Zealand side that you write off at your own peril. That game on the 19th, New Zealand versus Pakistan. Pakistan won't just be playing against New Zealand. Pakistan would be playing against the expectations of everybody in their country. It's a big deal for the Champions Trophy to come to Pakistan. I'd like to see if New Zealand can take advantage of the nervousness in the Pakistan camp. If New Zealand win that game on the 19th, wow, this tournament is wide open. As of now, I still think Pakistan and India, but you never, ever, ever look beyond New Zealand in 50 over ICC tournaments.
So thank you for watching and do subscribe to this channel.